Was Donald Trump right all along about the tariff situation? There's a lot of people that felt some type of way. They said it was going to tank the economy. It was going to be really bad. Was Donald Trump playing chicken with the world economy? Well, it appears there's been a deal reached, not just with the UK, which I could see that, but with China?
Come on.
Okay, so let's see what they're saying. This is trending.
Look, we told you the next 100 days would consist of peace deals and trade deals, and that's exactly what we have seen.
To be fair.
Is it past 100 days?
It's past 100 days. I don't see no peace deals. Ukraine and Israel still going on.
Well,
to be fair.
You know, that one's
more complicated.
Sometimes peace is achieved through force, you know?
Okay. We saw statues in Gaza.
Come on, somebody.
We saw massive gold statues in Gaza.
Hello.
The president announced last week the big trade deal with the UK, as you mentioned. Now we have a first deal with China. Just yesterday, the president announced the release of the last remaining American hostage in Gaza, Eden Alexander, who will soon be united.
Okay, hold on. That's progress. He did get the hostages back.
Hello.
Right?
That's my boy.
So that's a big deal. So maybe they're going to rebuild Gaza.
Put a dock there, have a cruise stop.
They were saying that there was a canal they were going to try to drill, and that was why
a little Panama Canal situation. See how that changed the West.
Yeah. So
with his loving family, God bless him. That's thanks to President Trump. We also negotiated a ceasefire with the Houthis, and President Trump was instrumental in negotiating a ceasefire with India and Pakistan. This is all in the last.
Wait. He negotiated the ceasefire with India and Pakistan?
Come on, son.
I mean, that was looking dire. That's a deep history.
Really?
Yeah.
Now that you dinner together.
It's overlapping religious stuff. What it was like attacks and all kinds of crazy stuff.
Week, President Trump and his team are working incredibly hard on behalf of the country and the world to secure peace deals and trade deals. And don't forget, we have a tax deal coming too. The administration is working with Capitol Hill to sign the largest tax cuts in American history.
MAGA voice. Okay.
MAGA voice.
I don't know if I trust this account, but I'm going to roll with it. Breaking news, Trump's White House just posted a statement on China's historic trade deal. America's tariffs on China went from 145% to 30%.
Come on.
And China's tariffs on the United States went from 125% to 10%. Okay. Donald Trump did the impossible again. Man, I mean, listen, as if I'm not trying to fanboy, okay? I'm not, because I don't care to go to, the MAGA events, but
yeah,
this sounds like a W.
It sounds like he played a game of chicken and it worked out.
And won.
And it won. Okay. I hate to say it. But a lot of people understandably were like, man, Trump's playing with fire here, and it's a game of chicken with tariffs is what he's doing, and it's not going to work out for him because this is the world stage. This isn't just business, right?
Right.
And I think the people forget, like, this man is 80. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a level. He's 80, right? No, he's 70.
He's pushing 80.
70 something.
Yeah, he's pushing 80.
Okay. I think people forget that, like, there is a lot of experience in life that comes with age. And so, like, we all doubted him. And when I say we all, not me. Just kidding. We all doubted him. We all doubted him at the game that he pretty much did his whole life on.
That he made up.
He kind of made the game. He made the playbook.
Made the game up. Yeah. And this whole like art of a deal, like be unpredictable to the person you're negotiating with, never concede, like never retreat. Like this is kind of his shtick.
It's kind of his shtick. And I think it's one of those thought experiments where it's like, well, I don't know if this can actually translate over to world politics. And then we kind of just saw it happen. And so now I would say it kind of has to take a lot of wind out of the people who may love him or hate him, or it's going to take a wind out of the sail of the people that doubt him. And I feel like you can't really doubt him in the spot that he crushes in.
Question for you. But is this going to lead to more manufacturing jobs coming back to America? Because that's one thing that people forgot about the Rona of 2020 is that all this stuff got outsourced, all this stuff that we were getting from overseas. And then when they shut down, right? Because they went crazy.
Yeah.
it was like, well, where do we get our medical supplies from? Where do we get this from? Where do we get that from? Where do we get the PPC? What is this stuff? The masks and all that stuff, right?
Protective
and so
equipment.
some of that stuff did come back, but could this force America to come back with more manufacturing? Because here's the deal. China has two main economies, from my understanding. One is real estate, which has already taken a massive nosedive there. And the other is their manufacturing. So they never really had the chips because your real estate's crashing, and now your biggest trade partner is threatening you with some wild stuff. So
that's interesting.
Does it still? Do we go let bygones be bygones? Hey man, they do well at manufacturing. We do well at consumption. Apparently, that's all Americans are good for.
That's amazing.
And so, does this get American manufacturing jobs back?
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it, right? It doesn't seem like it's cool if we negotiated a better trade situation for us, but it doesn't seem like that is actually going to be dire enough for us to open on our end. It sounds like I still wish there was an option to get the thing that you want American made and pay more for it if you can afford it. Yeah,
I think you'd be surprised how many people be like, yeah, like if I paid double for my iPhone, but I knew it was American made, maybe I wouldn't upgrade every other year.
True. You
right?
upgrade less, yeah.
I would upgrade less, but I would maybe feel better.
I think it would also have to come with
making sure that like I'm contributing to American jobs.
Do you think it would have to come with other perks as well?
Probably.
Like, hey, you can send your phone in. They'll switch the battery for you when it's, you know what I'm saying? Like like you can pay for it. You can pay for that service of another $100, right? But like, because we have manufacturing, like there's other incentive other than just like feeling good.
Yeah.
That you could have on the side.
Yeah. Ryan said something interesting. He says, not necessarily about manufacturing coming here. It's about making America's manufacturing competitive with overseas. Here's the deal with that, though. And I hear you, Ryan. The issue with that is they already have a head start, and we already went to a service-based economy.
Yes.
So what are we bringing over to be competitive on a world stage? That ship has sailed, my guy.
Military.
That ship has sailed a long time ago.
Yeah, we're not catching up.
We're not catching up, respectfully. We're not catching up because this is something else you don't factor in. And I don't know if this is a good thing or bad thing. But in other parts of the world, their actual cost of living is cheaper. So you can get into like, are workers being exploited, or is their rent $100 a month? And our rent in America is $2,000 a month.
Yes.
Right?
Right. People are only getting paid $600 a month there.
Yeah, but their rent's $100 a month, right?
Right.
So that's the rub. Like I was talking to Arthur from Apologia Center, and he was talking about how, an apartment in Armenia is expensive, but most folks have inherited their apartments, and so they don't really have an overhead.
Yeah.
Right. So you can live, if you're Armenian, born and raised in Armenia, and you probably have your living situation figured out, you can live like a king on like $2,000 a month. Can America ever compete on a world stage with that regard when you're not making Boeing airplanes and Teslas?
Yeah.
You're not getting the $500 80-inch flat screen made in America. Like it's not happening.
It's not happening.
So that's the tricky part about that. Is like, yeah, we want to compete. Do we want to compete? I don't think we can compete, nor do I think we're willing to pay more.
Yeah.
Most people.
Yeah.
There will be some people that are like, yeah, like I'll pay more for the iPhone because I want to feel like we're contributing, or I want to give people the option, but I think most people aren't paying more.
I also would say, and let me know if you agree with this. I'm trying to figure out, why are manufacturing jobs likely not to come back here to the full extent? And I would also say that there's a level of like, not just like blue collar labor. Like blue collar labor is one thing, but it's like a level of like cog in a wheel level labor. And I would say the West being more advanced in living situations, in cost of living, unfortunately, and in markets, I would say, is what we're experiencing as well. So like, it's easier to get a job at a marketing agency, or it's easy, like even if it's just front desk,
right?
It's easier to get a job at XYZ, a startup. It's easier to get a job at a plumbing or electrical company. It's easy. It's easier to get those things than it is to get like a manufacturing job, because there's just less available and they're more enticing. So I would say even like our entry level positions are a bit more enticing than manufacturing. So if we were to bring manufacturing back, I almost feel like it would be taking a hit to our market, like the comfort and advancement of market that we have, which I think is something we don't really talk about. We talk about like economies and opportunities and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I think there's it's like when you get to a point where you can outsource certain labors in your household, right? You can buy the dishwasher, so you don't gotta
do
scrub.
dishes.
Yeah. You don't gotta scrub and dry them and put them away. And so I feel like there's certain things like that, which is we're just outsourcing some of the really laborious, no leg up type of jobs that aren't really going to serve you more than a McDonald's would, really.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. So that's the part of like, being competitive. I don't know. I don't think that's happening. I think, I don't know how it's going to pan out. Like,
our people,
with automation and all this kind of stuff, like, I don't know how that's going to pan out.
Yeah. Are people in China opening the same markets, and India opening the same types of companies from a small scale and then scaling them up like we are over here?
Right.
And I would assume probably not.
Right. Yeah. But anyway, I mean, listen, props to Trump for getting this done.
Come on.
I could be critical. I could be like, man, because we were looking at our own stuff. We have stuff that's coming over from China. We're trying to move it to India. And we were looking at our own stuff like, oof, if we take a hit on this, like this potentially doubles what we're paying.
Yeah.
And so I'm preemptively working to clean up our own supply chain.
Yep.
But this is the part that you guys don't understand. And I'm not saying this to understand that people are stupid or something like that. I'm saying like we cannot get any of our stuff made in America. Those factories don't exist.
I was telling my mom that.
They don't exist.
She's like, well, then you guys can get it made here. I was like,
no
one makes books. It's not a thing.
No one makes what we make, our journals, our Devos, our leadership planners. They're not made here.
Or they're exclusive to the major book manufacturers.
Yes. What? No. The book manufacturers aren't making anything here.
The publishing companies.
They're not making anything here.
But didn't your agent say that there
no.
was?
No.
Yeah.
We went down because remember I told you how I got the India potential plug.
Oh yeah.
The type of printing that's required, it does not exist here. It's been gone.
And it's the same. It's the same with like you can do assembled in the USA. Right. But like weaving like fabrics together to make the shirt that I'm wearing, to make the shirt that you're wearing, like that's also what's not available here.
Yeah.
So even and we don't even have the part that sews the shirt together here.
Right.
Except for like the trendy guy, trendy girl on Instagram. That's like my new clothes for $200 a piece.
Yeah. Hey, thank you so much for checking out the video. Please be sure to comment below and subscribe and all that good stuff. And check out this other video that YouTube seems to be recommending just for you. Let me know if they nailed it. All right? I'll see you over there. Peace.